Star-level spell, summoned the Skeleton King. A massive skeleton throne emerged from the undead flames. On the throne, the Skeleton King rose and swung his sword. With a thunderous boom, the Skeleton King remained motionless as the black iron star ape let out a miserable scream and was sent flying. In front of the kilometer-tall black iron star ape, Lin Muyu was as small as an ant. Likewise, the black iron star ape was as small as an ant before the 100,000-meter-tall Skeleton King. Both the Skeleton King and the black iron star ape were of the lesser god sovereign realm. However, the Skeleton King had reached the peak of the lesser god sovereign. If not for some limitations, he might have already become a god sovereign. His power far surpassed the black iron star ape's, easily sending it flying. Before the black iron star ape could recover, the Skeleton King swung his sword again. One sword to slay gods. The sword's light illuminated the void, and the black iron star ape exploded into pieces under the light. With just one sword, the Skeleton King easily killed the black iron star ape of the same realm. The one sword to slay gods seems to have touched the god sovereign realm. If I become stronger, the Skeleton King might truly reach the god sovereign realm. Lin Muyu summoned a piece of flesh and a star core. After a powerful star beast dies, it leaves behind a star core. The star core is the essence of a star beast, and the star core of a lesser god sovereign star beast is extremely valuable. The black iron star ape had strong vitality, and in life had the lesser god sovereign realm. Using its corpse as material, the explosive power of its corpse would not be weaker than the Skeleton King's one sword to slay gods. Now he had no god sovereign corpses on hand, and the lesser god sovereign corpses were better than nothing. After easily killing the black iron star ape, Lin Muyu returned to the place he had teleported from, feeling somewhat helpless. With all the commotion, Lin Muyu could no longer accurately lock onto the location he had teleported to. The void was desolate, looking the same everywhere, making it hard to locate. Lin Muyu could only roughly lock onto a position by following the aura. He summoned the Lich from the Buddha Kingdom, using the familiar True Sight spell. This time, the True Sight spell disappointed him. Without effective information, the spell couldn't retrieve results from future fragments. Lin Muyu was in a dilemma. The teleportation range was only a mere 100 meters, but in the vast void, 100 meters was minuscule. Who could have thought that the teleportation location would be occupied by the black iron star ape? A probability of less than 1 in a billion, yet he encountered it. What luck! With no other choice, he set a marker at the approximate location. Just after setting the marker, Lin Muyu realized something. From his knowledge, black iron star apes are gregarious star beasts. Rarely do they appear alone. As this thought arose, scarlet eyes lit up in the void. Each pair of scarlet eyes was thousands of kilometers apart, numbering in the hundreds. Each pair of scarlet eyes represented a black iron star ape, all of the lesser god sovereign realm. Among them, one pair of eyes shone especially bright, far surpassing the others. Its owner was the leader of the black iron star apes, a god sovereign realm star beast. Indeed. Lin Muyu muttered to himself, not panicking. Before the black iron star apes could act, he made the first move. 200 legion commanders, each leading their own legion, appeared. When Lin Muyu first reached the God King realm, the combat power of the 200 legion commanders had reached the 9th level of the God King. Now, with Lin Muyu at the 3rd level of the God King, the legion commander's combat power had increased again, entering the lesser god sovereign realm. Though still lacking compared to the Skeleton King, they were not much weaker than the black iron star apes. The legion commanders each found their targets, transforming into streams of light and attacking. The Lich from the Buddha Kingdom appeared, forming a lotus with its fingers, manifesting a Buddha Kingdom. The Buddha Kingdom rapidly expanded, enveloping the starry sky. Within the Buddha Kingdom, Buddhist chants echoed, weakening certain laws and strengthening the undead law. The combat power of the legion commanders and the Skeleton King increased accordingly. Lin Muyu snapped his fingers, and the hell of skeletons appeared in the void, covering 100,000 kilometers of the starry sky. A world of gray and white, almost encompassing all the black iron star apes. In this world of bones, undead flames surged from all directions, burning fiercely. The solemn Buddhist chants turned eerie and terrifying in the hell of skeletons. Two completely different spells surprisingly complemented each other without any conflict. The beings that had died in the hell of skeletons, including wondrous spirits, demons, and the Golden Eagle tribe, all launched attacks on the black iron star apes. Lin Muyu calmly said, "You will also become slaves of the hell, my warriors, fighting for me." From the start of the battle, the black iron star apes were suppressed, unable to fight back. The Skeleton King directly faced the black iron star ape leader. Despite facing a god-sovereign leader, the Skeleton King was unafraid. Though slightly at a disadvantage, it was not easy for the opponent to defeat the Skeleton King. The Skeleton King's combat power is indeed very close to the god-sovereign realm. Lin Muyu thought. Although not yet a true god-sovereign, the gap is small. The Skeleton King fought fiercely, while the Legion commanders suppressed the Black Iron Star apes. One by one, the Black Iron Star apes were wounded by the Legion commanders, crying out in pain. With a thought, Lin Muyu summoned the Skeleton Generals, surging like waves. The Skeleton Generals, at the 9th level of the God King realm, adopted a grinding strategy, becoming the straw that broke the camel's back for the Black Iron Star apes. In the Hell of Skeletons, a gray and white one-horned demon emerged. The lesser god Sovereign Soul Devourer became the prime enforcer of the Hell of Skeletons, attacking frantically. Stronger than the Black Iron Star apes, he continuously launched gray lightning balls and curses. But Lin Muyu knew, the Soul Devourer's position was at risk. Once this battle ended, the Black Iron Star ape leader would replace him as the top enforcer of the Hell of Skeletons. Under Lin Muyu's wave-like attacks, the Black Iron Star apes began to fall one by one, dying faster and faster. The Black Iron Star ape leader roared madly, but to no avail. Lin Muyu joined the fray without further delay. Origin Spell, Concentrate. The Origin Spell activated, absorbing the vast power of the Undead Legion. His aura continuously rose, becoming stronger and stronger without restraint. In a flash, he reached the Lesser God's sovereign realm. His soul felt no pressure, and neither did his body. With a thought, he broke through the boundary between the Lesser God Sovereign and the God Sovereign. A Lostar River appeared, the hallmark of a God Sovereign, channeling the power of the Lostar River. The Star River surged, the undead law pouring down on the Black Iron Star apes. The fearsome death energy corroded their defenses. The Black Iron Star apes screamed in agony, as if encountering a horrific nightmare, rolling frantically in the void. Simultaneously, the Star River continuously gathered power, injecting it into Lin Muyu. Lin Muyu felt his body filled with the power of the undead law, far beyond his usual limits. Very strong. Lin Muyu thought, even though he wasn't a god sovereign yet, his control over the Lostar River was crude but immensely powerful. A long sword appeared in his hand, an ordinary sword, a treasure of the true god realm. All the undead law was infused into the sword, and just before the sword was about to collapse, Lin Muyu slashed. Slay gods. The sword's light was even brighter than the Skeleton King's one sword to slay gods. The long sword in his hand turned to ashes, and the Black Iron Star ape leader froze, a sword light appearing on its body. In the next moment, its huge body exploded. Flesh fragments continued to be corroded by the undead law. The undying law poured out from the Lostar River, truly showcasing the power of a first-tier law. The undying law instantly corroded the defenses of the Black Iron Star ape leader, penetrating inside and corroding even its internal body. It didn't even spare the soul. This is why the Black Iron Star ape leader was in such pain, rolling across the starry sky. Even though it was at the God Sovereign realm, it couldn't withstand the corrosion of the undying law. In the God-slaying sword, it died, with most of its flesh corroded by the undying law, leaving only a black star core and a small amount of flesh. However, it would soon be reborn. It died in the Bone Hell and would be reborn in the Bone Hell, becoming a slave of the Hell. It would replace the position of the Soul Devourer Little God Sovereign and become a top fighter in the Bone Hell. The power of the Bone Hell would be greatly enhanced, both in defense and attack, enough to contend with a God Sovereign. Encountering a slightly weaker God Sovereign, just the Bone Hell alone would be enough to handle it. From this battle, Lin Muyu gained some insights and recognized a long-standing misconception. He had relied too much on spells, somewhat neglecting the inherent power of the laws. The spells were too strong, and in many battles, the Undying Law only played a supplementary role. After all, the Undying Law is a first-tier law. How could it be just a supplementary role? In this battle, he broke through to the God's sovereign realm and summoned the Lostar River. The complete Undying Law from the Lostar River showed him what true power was. Even if he hadn't made a move, the Black Iron Star ape leader would have been corroded to death by the Undying Law in less than a minute. Both being at the first stage of the God Sovereign realm, just using the Lostar River could kill the opponent. Isn't that strong enough? It was indeed very strong. Lin Muyu clearly recognized the power of the Undying Law. The Undying Law was his foundation. As long as he mastered the Undying Law, even if all spells were unusable, he would still be invincible in the same realm and could even fight across realms. Coupled with his origin spells, he could even single-handedly challenge a low-level God Sovereign now. After cleaning up the battlefield, Lin Moyu had 100 star cores of the Little God Sovereign Realm and 1 star core of the God Sovereign Realm. The Bone Hell now had 100 Little God Sovereign Realm fighters and 1 True God Sovereign Realm fighter. He also had over 100 materials for corpse explosions, including 1 from the God Sovereign Realm. The only thing he couldn't find was the return coordinates, but the harvest this time was considerable. Lin Moyu searched for a direction again and saw a faint blue light, immediately turning into a stream of light and flying towards it. The entrance to Area 1003 was a cluster of faint blue light, seemingly leading to another world. Lin Moyu already knew the process of entering, so he didn't hesitate and flew straight in. When his body touched the faint blue light, it felt like touching a layer of jelly, slowly sinking in. His soul didn't sense any danger, and Lin Moyu relaxed completely, offering no resistance. Once his body was fully immersed in the faint blue light, the blue light appeared in his soul world, turning the soul world blue. Lin Moyu had a sudden realization, and his soul body automatically flew out, leaving the soul world. The soul seemed to enter another world, and when he looked back, he saw his own physical body. At this moment, his physical body was wrapped in a bubble, and his soul was connected to his body. He could return to his body whenever he wanted. Following the method described in the information, his soul flew deeper into the blue light. Without the constraints of the physical body, his soul became extremely light and incredibly fast. Lin Moyu felt as if he had ascended, a strange and unprecedented feeling. His soul body existed independently of his physical body. For God Sovereigns, it was common for their souls to leave their bodies and enter the Lost Star River. But for Lin Moyu, this was the first time. His soul, enveloped in purple light, passed through the blue light cluster and emerged on the other side. The scene before him changed dramatically, revealing a new world. This world was blue, with the largest light source being the blue light cluster above. As a soul body, he floated in mid-air. There were flowers and grass, with colors so vibrant they were indescribable. Tiny points of light floated on the flowers and grass, seemingly some kind of small insect emitting faint light. In the distance, he could vaguely see trees, mountains, and what seemed to be flowing water. But Lin Moyu could tell that these, like his soul, existed between reality and illusion. He didn't act immediately but instead sensed himself. When he left the soul world, everything stayed behind. He couldn't bring anything out. The soul-slaying sword couldn't be brought in, not even his soul clothes. All laws disappeared here, no wind, no fire, no lightning, nothing. His spells were also unusable. The Undead Legion, Bone Hell, Corpse Explosion, all were ineffective. This is an independent world with its own rules. I have no combat power here. If I encounter danger, what should I do? My soul, besides being of high quality, what other advantages do I have? Wait, if nothing can be brought in, how did the Yu family's soul artifact get in? Lin Moyu instinctively looked down and found himself holding something, the Scourge Staff. He discovered that he had brought the Scourge Staff in. The Scourge Staff was still in a broken state, with the original gem long shattered, leaving only the soul gem. Even the soul gem didn't seem complete to him, but having it was better than nothing. Although he didn't know what use the Scourge Staff had, it was hard enough to be used as a club. This was his only reliance here. His soul flew forward, wandering aimlessly in this world. Even the Yu family didn't know where their soul artifact was lost. Lin Moyu knew that the lost soul artifact was a headpiece. This was his only clue. His soul flew slowly in midair, cautious in this unique world. Points of light danced in the air, emitting light, and combined with the blue light from the sky, creating a beautiful and dazzling scene. The flowers on the ground were the same, with vibrant colors enhanced by the blue light, creating an indescribable beauty. The flowers swayed gently, and the whole world seemed very quiet. What a beautiful world. Lin Moyu admired this beautiful world but didn't let his guard down. Beauty often hides danger. After flying over a field of flowers and grass, he saw a clear pool in the distance. The water rippled, reflecting a hazy light, and Lin Moyu felt an urge to take a sip. Wait. The next second, Lin Moyu realized something was wrong with this thought. A soul wanting to drink water was impossible. Souls never have the urge to eat or drink. This pool has a problem. Lin Moyu didn't approach but avoided it from a distance. He saw points of light flying around the pool. The insects were covered in light spots, looking equally beautiful. Even their mouthparts appeared delicate. Seeing them flying towards him, Lin Moyu felt a deep urge from within his soul to catch them and play with them. Lin Moyu immediately realized that this impulse was wrong and instantly suppressed it, while swinging the Scourge Staff in his hand. The Scourge Staff swung out like a fly swatter, smashing the insects. The insects exploded with a bang, turning into light smoke and disappearing without a trace. Using the Scourge Staff for the first time as a swatter to hit flying insects was indeed a bit amusing. It had to be said that the Scourge Staff was quite handy, with the right size and weight. Lin Moyu moved quickly, and in just a few moments, he had swatted all the flying insects to death. The insects exploded into light smoke, eventually dissipating into the world, disappearing completely. After swatting a few insects, Lin Moyu continued searching for the Yu family's headpiece. The headpiece was also a common soul artifact, but the Yu family's headpiece was certainly not ordinary. Ordinary soul artifacts couldn't be brought in. Lin Moyu's own soul clothes and soul-slaying sword couldn't be brought in. Only some special soul artifacts could be brought in. Lin Moyu guessed it had to do with the level of the soul artifact. The Scourge Staff was of a very high level, comparable to the Great World Runes, belonging to the top-tier artifacts. The Yu family's headpiece might not be as high as the Scourge Staff, but it was certainly above the God-Sovereign realm. If it were just an ordinary soul artifact, the Yu family wouldn't have sent people in multiple times to search for it, losing several God-Sovereigns in the process. Gradually, Lin Moyu discovered some patterns. The light spots in the air seemed to drift aimlessly, but they all had the same direction. As long as he followed the direction of the light spots, he could enter the depths of this world. It seemed that when the Yu family's God-Sovereigns came in, they must have discovered this pattern and headed towards the depths of this world. If they encountered an accident inside, the headpiece should also be lost in the depths. With caution in his heart, Lin Moyu flew towards the depths along the direction of the light spots. The blue light cluster in the sky illuminated the entire world. Through the blue light cluster, Lin Moyu could sense the location of his physical body. No matter how far he flew in this world, this sense would not be interrupted. As long as he wanted, he could return at any time. It seemed that time had lost its effect in this world. Lin Moyu didn't know how long he had been inside or how far he had flown. The light spots became denser, and he could now clearly see the direction in which they were flying. They gathered from all directions, slowly moving towards the same direction. In the seemingly vast space, the beautiful light spots filled the world, making it even more enchanting. After observing for a while, Lin Moyu noticed that these light spots came from the flowers, grass, and trees. Moreover, all the plants here seemed to sway in the same direction. As the light spots increased, Lin Moyu inevitably came into contact with them. The light spots passed through his soul body without causing any harm. Are these light spots harmless? Lin Moyu was surprised. He had been avoiding the light spots, not knowing what would happen upon contact. No one knew what would happen after contact, so it was better to be cautious. Now, having made contact for the first time, he found that the light spots passed through his soul body without stopping or causing harm. This isn't right. Surprised, Lin Moyu felt something was off but couldn't pinpoint what it was. The soul is very sensitive. If there were harm, he would surely feel it. Unable to figure it out for the moment, Lin Moyu continued forward. He couldn't abandon the task based on baseless speculation. That wasn't his style. He moved forward with countless light spots, heading deeper into the world. The light spots gathered from all directions, increasing in number and almost filling the space. At this point, being cautious was no longer useful. Unless Lin Moyu chose to retreat, he would inevitably come into contact with a large number of light spots. These light spots seemed harmless. Lin Moyu reached out to grasp them but found he couldn't touch them. The light spots passed through his palm and flew out the other side. His soul body seemed non-existent to the light spots, as if they were in different dimensions. This feeling was very strange. After repeatedly confirming that the light spots were indeed harmless to his soul body, Lin Moyu joined the light spots journey. However, he remained cautious, avoiding excessive contact with the light spots as much as possible. The light spots continuously passed through his soul, but he felt nothing. Unknowingly, Lin Moyu had advanced a considerable distance, with the light spots passing through him thousands of times. His eyes showed a hint of confusion, losing some of their luster. But Lin Moyu himself seemed unaware of this. Unconsciously, he gradually relaxed his vigilance, becoming less cautious and no longer avoiding the light spots. The number of light spots he came into contact with increased significantly. The luster in his eyes slowly faded, becoming dull and vacant. Yet, he remained oblivious to these changes. He had no idea he was approaching danger. Suddenly, the Scourge Staff emitted an earthy yellow light, which flowed like water, sweeping over his soul body. The soul gem on the Scourge Staff shone brightly, expelling all the light spots from his soul body. Lin Moyu shuddered and regained his clarity, his eyes showing a hint of fear. That was close. He felt a lingering fear as he looked up at the seemingly unchanging blue light cluster in the sky. His physical body was always in the blue light cluster, maintaining a connection with his soul. But now, this connection had weakened significantly, less than half of what it was before. He finally understood that the light spots passing through his soul body indeed caused no harm. However, the light spots weakened the connection between his soul and physical body. When the connection was completely severed, he would lose contact with his physical body and be unable to return, his soul forever lost in this world. Each light spot only weakened the connection a tiny bit, almost imperceptibly. Only when thousands of light spots accumulated would a qualitative change occur. Like a frog in boiling water, by the time the frog realized it, it was too late. However, Lin Moyu knew he wouldn't reach that point. Even without the Scourge Staff's reminder, his soul would alert him if the connection weakened further. At most, it would be troublesome, but he wouldn't die. After all, his soul was already at the 5th grade, very strong. If it were a weaker god sovereign with less determination and a weaker soul, they might indeed be in trouble. It seems the god sovereigns who fell inside also lost contact with their physical bodies due to excessive contact with the light spots. Without the connection, they couldn't find their bodies or leave this world, ultimately getting lost inside. Lin Moyu suddenly realized something. Is it possible that they didn't actually die but were just lost inside? If that's the case, I might be able to find them and bring them out.